Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to today's meditation. Hope everyone is able to hear well. If somebody could please indicate in the comment box, that would be very helpful. In the meantime, we'll just have a brief introduction. This is Kanupriya from Peace Village Learning and Retreat Center of the Brahma Kumaris in America, based in New York. And today we will be exploring this topic of leading a life without regrets. Now, none of us want to lead a life with regrets, and the main reason for not wanting to lead this life of regrets is because regrets is something that we uh, feel low with, that feeling of regret. So, just to be clear, what we really mean by regret is that sometimes when we look at what has happened in the past, it may be some kind of mistake that we did. There are two kinds of regrets that we may encounter. One is when we feel that we shouldn't have done something or behaved in a certain manner, when we actually ended up doing it. And the second is that we should have done something, but we didn't do it. So there are both kinds of regrets. So, for example, one is that I shouldn't have gotten angry in that situation. So I shouldn't have done that, but I did it, and then I have regret. And the other is that maybe somebody was in real need of help, and I did not help at that time. So I should have done it, but now because I didn't do it at the right time, then I feel a sense of regret. So both these situations bring about regret. It is some kind of mistake in a way that we do, and that is the result of mostly. Um, at that time, we feel that is the right thing to do. We have many justifications also for not doing it, but usually later there is realization that because of lack of clarity, our decision may not have been right or based on some inherent what we call habit, right? Like in the case of angry, or I didn't want to get angry, but I still got angry. So these are the two causes that we commit or we make mistakes. So one is because of our what we call our habits, and the other is that we have no clarity at that point of time. There is confusion, and we in our um, intelligence and in our understanding, we do take the right decision at that time, but later we realize that it is not the right decision. So these are the two causes, and this feeling of regret always makes us feel weak, and it's not a very pleasant feeling. It's a negative emotion because we somehow get stuck in that situation and are not able to really let it go or even accept that that has happened. And there is one thing called realization, like learning from the past, our mistakes, right? But the regret is something more because we are holding on to that situation and not feeling good about it. When there is realization, we will look at the situation in an objective manner, see that we did commit that mistake, but we will learn from it and we will move on so that next time we don't commit the mistake. But in regret, we sort of hold on to that mistake and then we beat ourselves quite a bit every time we think about that situation. We start to feel low and weak, and we don't know what to do with it because sometimes, as per our understanding, we got angry, for example, at someone, and now, as if that relationship has ended because we feel sort of a loss of that relationship because that person stopped talking to us after I got angry or something like this. So there is this deep feeling of some sense of loss. In this situation, it is the loss of communication in a relationship, but it could be just about anything. And that is why we feel this regret very deeply in our hearts. So, what is the option that Raj Yoga gives us? Now, Raj Yoga gives us very simple steps to look at past and um, even the habits, what we call, in a very different way, different perspective. So the two causes that we spoke about, right, um, of having regrets. One was that we don't have clarity at that point of time. We take the best decision, but we don't have clarity. That is why we take the wrong decision in a way. And the second was that what we call our habits, that is something that just comes naturally to us in a situation and we commit a mistake. So for both these, for the first one, to have clarity, Raj Yoga tells us that if we were to get into a perspective of like a third person or a detached observer, and we are going to explore today this analogy that we use of an actor, an invisible actor, the soul. He is acting in a movie that is already there as a script. There is already actions defined in the movie, and this invisible player, the actor, is just going into the movie, the scene of the movie, playing his role, and that is about it. So, whether there is um, a role given to him where he's supposed to get angry, then it is to know that it is just a part of the movie. And the second step, what we call the natural habits, in this case, we were taking the example of getting angry. Um, Raj Yoga tells us more about this invisible actor, the soul, who is, in this case, we can say the original nature of the soul is peace. So there is complete disassociation between what is happening in the movie and what is the true life of this invisible actor, the soul. The more we see this with clarity and the more we disassociate with the actions and the habits of the character in the movie or the role in the movie uh, with the the life and the characteristics and the original nature, the original experiences of this invisible actor, the more we see that we are able to really uh, fully accept the past and also let go of regrets. So there is nothing called regrets then left in life. So we can discuss a little bit more if you have questions on this topic later on. But let us first experiment with this invisible actor playing a part in the movie in our meditation. And this is a very easy meditation. Like we say that we encourage open-eyed meditation, so that when we are not just sitting down and meditating, but when we are walking and moving around, when we are interacting with people also, we should be able to get into this perspective, because meditation is a nice word, but what we are really trying to do is to awaken our original perspective, our original self. And for that, um, we could be a walking, talking meditation a person, right? So that is the aim. But of course, sitting down meditation also helps a lot. So um, it helps to be strong in our perspective, because there are lesser distractions, but our aim is to be in this perspective as much as possible in everything that we do. So, whatever we are comfortable with keeping our eyes open or closed, if we choose to keep our eyes open, then just resting your gaze in front of you, focusing on a point. Just seeing a point of light. And we connect to that invisible actor who is a point of light. This invisible actor is aware of the bigger movie that he is a part of. This invisible actor knows that Kanupriya, in my case, is just a role that is being played. And in the movie of Kanupriya, there are many, many scenes that are there. Different scenes. There is a scene of meditation that is also just a scene. There is a scene with family and friends, daughter of someone, sister of someone. All these are different scenes. There are scenes in office, there are colleagues and teammates. That is another scene. And Kanupriya is just a character in the scenes. But the actor, the real actor, is the invisible soul who's just playing a role in these different scenes. He's going by the script. And in some scenes, there may be anger that is there, there may be some blatant mistake that is being made. Somebody is saying something. Kanupriya is supposed to help someone but did not. Many things happening in that movie. But we see with clarity that whatever is happening in the scenes of the movie, they are happening as per how it's supposed to be in the script. But the real actor, the invisible soul, his life is completely different from the movie. His life is not in the movie. Movie is just to play a role. His life is beyond the movie, in a world that is subtle. A world that is in the sky, beyond the sky. A world that we call the home of light. And we see this image of the home of light as a golden red sky. The experience of this home is the original experience of the invisible actor, the soul. And we stay in this experience of the eternal home, where there is immortality. Everything in this world is subtle and beyond sound. There is no noise of the movie, no movement of the movie in this world. There is absolute stillness and peace. We come into this original experience of the invisible actor being peaceful in a state of rest in his home. This experience is extraordinary. Because this is an experience that is based in fullness. There is no association with the weaknesses and the regrets of the movie. The invisible actor is completely secure, content, and full in his eternity. He knows that he is imperishable. Just reminding the invisible actor of his true nature. He is loving and worthy of love. Always giving, always seeing the best with clarity. Just seeing the movie as a movie, not identifying with the role. Just staying in this real perspective of the invisible actor. The personality traits of the role are very different from the true traits of this invisible actor. He is forever peaceful and loving, joyful, contented. Just staying in this experience makes us accept the movie as it is, not holding on to any scene of the movie. And then there is a life of freedom. Freedom from regrets. Freedom from weaknesses. Freedom from mistakes. Because we know that the role is not this invisible actor, the soul. They're two different things. And the original self is this invisible actor, the soul. Just stay in this experience again and again throughout the day. Then there is only happiness left, joy. Om Shanti, and thank you for joining in today. I hope that we all find it easy to lead a life without regrets, because it is definitely a big area for many of us when we feel sort of helpless to that we are not able to let go of a mistake that has happened in the past, and we end up blaming ourselves a lot. So if you have any questions, we have few minutes. If you would like to ask, please feel free to type it in the comment box. We can definitely try and address it. And this method of complete disassociation with the role that one is playing in the physical world movie, and connecting back to the original self, that is a very powerful tool to lead a life of happiness always, in spite of whatever has happened and is going to happen. Also, it's not that we stop to make mistakes after we get this understanding also, because there are many areas that we are still working on in terms of having clarity of knowledge and bringing in more clarity in our understanding and perspective, and also the habits which we call our own, which we have been calling our own nature and personality traits. They also many times become very strong, and again makes us feel helpless that in a particular situation we start to react in the way that we have been reacting all this while. So it takes practice and understanding to change those habits as well. But once we are able to really tackle or overcome these two causes that we said, clarity and the habits, what we call our habits, then we are able to very easily lead a life without regrets. Okay, so have a very good day, good afternoon or evening, wherever you're joining, and we'll meet again very soon.